Reception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Buying some time right. Caught, this is Greg Dulcich. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Go.
Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there, so consecutive 1 yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Dropping back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's a 2-score game early. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They could easily go for this. It's 4th and 2. Trying to push this past the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
4th down, pressure on him. He was not backing down for a second. Nice effort to carry the rock. More importantly for his offense to get a 1st down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Completed to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Pass play coming here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
I'll say this, unless you're committed to going for it on 4th down, I just don't see why you throw it there. Just power it forward for half a yard and reset those chains, then take your shots further down the field.
4th and inches, but they're going to throw for it. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. 1st and 10, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He has the first over the middle. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos make it a 24-point ball game. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Back to throw. Gets this to McConkey. And he'll get it up to the 27. Offense up to the line fast. Handoff now out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give it 9 yards there, partner. A strong gain. And now a much more manageable 3rd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the gun on 3rd down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Broncos are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Right there. Hawk 70. Check go.
Back to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Finds his man over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Go! Let's go now!
On first down, they'll run. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos looking for a score before halftime.
Bronco 80! Hey, check that, street. Huh.
Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to it. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos continue piling on to this lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
Ready up!
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Go!
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Offense in the hurry up here. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Football on that 47-yard line. First down. Back now, pressure on its way. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Pass play on first and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. So that brings up second down. Still sticking with the passing game. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing third and long.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Hauled in left side. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on fourth down. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Throw caught by his running back. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on fourth down.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
He'll throw it yet again. Chased out to his right. And they pick him off again. Pat Surtain has it. Has room down the left sideline. And he makes the Hets go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10 from the 41. They give it to him again. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Mevis ready to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Now we see after that play, one of the Broncos having a little bit of trouble out there. They're going to head out to look at him.
Ready?
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Ready? Go.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
To the air now on 1st and 10. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Ready.
A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. Throw caught at the 6. It's a Denver touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos tack on 7 more to their lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. And a great try at that 1st down.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Play action on 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go.
Reload. Let's go now.
Here's the handoff. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Back to the well again. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2.
Okay, ready. Stephanie. Mustang 19.
Motioning left is their running back. He finds him beyond the marker. That's a Cleveland touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns cut into the lead by another point.
Harrison Mevis to kick off.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go!
They bring their tight end left.
Ready?
Back to throw on 1st and 10. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, and a massive sack on 1st down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Into the hands of Dulcich. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Browns are set up well as they take over with some great field position. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Got a man. Palmer has it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Working quickly here. He's dropping back to throw. This ball's cut by Palmer. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's the Browns with the ball, but they enter this 4th quarter at a massive deficit. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Looking to his fullback now. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Give now to the running back. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
3rd down from the gun. It's his running back. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Let's go now.
Trying to push this past the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Going to the ground again on first. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing on 2nd and 8. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Motioning the tight end now. Able to get it to Franklin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos are running them out of the building. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these 2 building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Running back sent in motion left. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again following the sack. And they pick him off again. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season. They've got first down from the 31.
Let's go.
Throwing now off play action. Completed to his running back. And he crosses midfield before going out. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Denver first. They'll run here from the gun. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Well, now this defense is in the driver's seat, Kate, right? When you make a stop like that on first down, now it's your discretion of just how aggressive you want to be following that play up.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running this one left. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos moments away from win number 12. Handoff on second and short. That's a big hole left. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Broncos throwing 6 more on the blowout. Point after try is good by lots. And the Broncos continue adding on to that lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. To throw here on 1st down. He's on the move. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. But the Browns got this one back, so they will luckily hang on to possession. And wait, what's this? They fake the spike. Buys time, rolling right. That's completed right side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Here we go. Ready?
He'll throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Oh, he nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing it again here. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with the touchdown. The Browns put... So we have a pause here. Inside 2 minutes, all reviews come from the booth, and they want to take one more look. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt, but hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Harrison Mevis to kick off.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Right up the gut. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Now a give left side. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. They give it to him again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win.